Filipina dan Uni Eropa resmi meningkatkan hubungan bilateral menjadi enhanced partnership di tengah meningkatnya ketegangan geopolitik kawasan, khususnya terkait situasi di Laut China Selatan. Kesepakatan tersebut diumumkan melalui penandatanganan pernyataan bersama oleh Menteri Luar Negeri Filipina, Theresa Lazaro, dan Kepala Kebijakan Luar Negeri Uni Eropa, Kaja Kallas, di sela-sela rangkaian pertemuan ASEAN di Pasay City. Lazaro menyebut, peningkatan hubungan ini menjadi bukti kesiapan kedua pihak untuk membangun kerjasama yang lebih kuat, termasuk dalam menghadapi berbagai tantangan regional dan internasional. Kaja Kallas menegaskan, peningkatan status hubungan ini bukan sekedar perubahan label, tetapi akan membawa kerjasama nyata melalui dialog tingkat tinggi yang lebih rutin, koordinasi kebijakan luar negeri dan keamanan, serta peningkatan kerjasama di bidang perdagangan, iklim, teknologi digital, dan konektivitas. Dalam kesempatan tersebut, Uni Eropa juga menyetujui bantuan senilai 15 juta euro melalui European Peace Facility untuk Filipina. Bantuan tersebut berupa peralatan non-militer dan pelatihan guna memperkuat kemampuan pemantauan serta pengawasan maritim Angkatan Bersenjata Filipina. Langkah ini muncul setelah ketegangan terbaru antara Filipina dan Cina di kawasan Second Thomas Shoal atau Ren Ai-Jiao. Uni Eropa kembali menegaskan dukungannya terhadap putusan arbitrase 2016 yang memenangkan Filipina terkait hak maritim di Laut China Selatan. Uni Eropa menyerukan agar seluruh sengketa diselesaikan melalui dialog dan hukum internasional, bukan melalui tekanan atau tindakan koersif. Simak perkembangan terbaru hubungan Filipina-Uni Eropa, konflik Laut China Selatan, serta dinamika keamanan kawasan Indo-Pasifik.
Zones. Ladies and gentlemen, these areas of cooperation and heightened engagement are just some of the elements that cement the growing partnership in the Philippines and the European Union and signal that the time is ripe for the elevation of our relations. As such, I am pleased to have signed with Vice President Kallas the joint statement on the enhanced partnership in the Philippines and the European Union, a testimony to our shared intention and commitment to build a stronger, more enhanced, and forward-looking partnership.
Secretary may now invite HRVP Kaja Kallas to deliver her statement.
The European Union and ASEAN both benefit from rules-based international order. This makes it all the more important that we work together in support of the international law and the UN Charter. The relationship between the European Union and the Philippines is also on a positive trajectory. Today, we agreed to upgrade our ties by launching the enhanced partnership. And this will just not be a new label. It means more regular, high-level dialogues, closer coordination on foreign and security policy, on stronger cooperation across areas that matter to our citizens, from trade to climate, digital and connectivity. On security and defense, we have already come a long way over the last year. Yesterday, I met Secretary Teodoro to discuss the first ever European Peace Facility assistance measure for the Philippine Armed Forces worth 15 million euros. This support will strengthen your country's maritime capabilities through non-lethal surveillance and monitoring equipment. This is the first ever European Peace Facility support to be implemented in the Indo-Pacific, and a clear demonstration that Europe is stepping up as a security partner in the region. There has also been good progress made in negotiations of our free trade agreement. We are now entering the final stretch, and I encourage flexibility to resolve the remaining market access issues. Once finalized, this agreement will create more opportunities for businesses, strengthen supply chains, and benefit citizens both in Philippines but also in the European Union. Secretary Lazaro and I also discussed pressing international issues. I want to thank the Philippines for its principles position on Russia's war against Ukraine and its consistent support for the UN Charter and international law. The Kiev-Manila dialogue, in which we will participate immediately after this press conference, is a good opportunity to further align our positions. The vast majority of countries has vested interest in ensuring the borders cannot be changed by force. This is a principle that protects us all. The same commitment to international law is essential in the South China Sea. The European Union continues to support freedom of navigation and overflight, and we remain firmly committed to the UN Convention on the Law of the Sea. Together with 27 EU member states, only a few days ago we stated support for the 2016 Arbitral Award on the South China Sea. The EU supports efforts by ASEAN and China to conclude a legally binding code of conduct in the South China Sea. Disputes must be settled through dialogue, not coercion. We also discussed the situation in Myanmar, which has become Asia's deadliest ongoing conflict. The military regime must stop its attacks against civilians, allow humanitarian assistance to reach those in need, and create the conditions for inclusive political process.
Thank you, Excellency. This concludes today's signing ceremony. Thank you for joining us.
Jelajahi cara baru mendapatkan informasi. Download MetroTV Extend sekarang.